starlights the road. I take this ride. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I take it to the edge where I lived 1,000 lives. Maybe I could be the one. I'll ride to the setting sun tonight. Just drive.
All good things must come to an end. We're here at the 35% bar A. David Castro is on pole for Hypercar. There's Theory Headley, Lamfong vs Theo, Davey Sakhir, Blade the Dragon Sonic, Ahmed Silla, UK Ball, Tom Leon, and Nicholas Palomino. In the LMP2 grid, it's Matthew Oliveira, then it's Zoe DeBendetto, Rack Copley, Sophia Mutter, Sahal Mahfoud, Vinayak, Chris Bentley, Imran Khan, Balaga Lynx, and Zach Scarinetto. Well, we've had a pretty long season. Not as long as the first one, but here in the third season we've got the closest title fight that we're ever going to see, I think, in this WEC Championship. Unless there is a return to just Hypercar. But our 20 cars are going to get behind the safety car. Hypercar is going to be the big focus of today. 9 out of 10 drivers within championship contention. Only one outside of contention within Hypercar is Davey Sakhir. He's planted himself right in the middle of all these people. He could try and help Tom Leon down in 9th. He's thinking of Blade outside, leader of the championship down in 6th. He's gambling on the mediums. Of course, if you're going to use the same strategy as someone, you're not going to beat them if you're behind them. So he's going to go ahead, go that alternate strategy, and see if he can come out on top. Of course, 1.5 times points, and that is the only reason why Fong is still in the championship fight. If it was regular 25 down to 1 point, then he would have been knocked out of contention. But yeah, top 8 separated by 24 points. It is absolutely wild, and everything is up to play here. David Castro in first place right now will be good for his standings, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't think it'll be enough, because 6th position for Legend outside, surely that would be enough for him to get this championship, unless anyone else in this grid ahead of him could. I think Versio has also got a bit of a chance today, but he's going to have to get a good getaway. I think as it stands, it would go to Blade on Sonic, but I can't say anything for sure. So yeah, the safety car should be in very soon, because as you can see right here, yep, first lap is about to be finished, and Castro is going to be the one that lead us away. He had an awful time last time in France for the 50% Le Mans. He was leading, then he got damage on the first lap of him pitting onto Inters for the second Inter stint in the race. And then, yeah, that front wing damage haunted him since. He didn't pit, he dropped from first to last, eventually being around 28 seconds behind the leader. He lost well over 30 seconds in that rainy stint, and it ruined his race and possibly his championship. Well, here we go, safety car's coming in, and Castro's going to lead everyone away for the title decider. As there we go, he's now pulling away full throttle, ERS at the line there, and this is the good getaway that he needed to try and secure this world championship. As into turn 1, he's going to maintain this lead, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Tom Leon moving up in place, he's up into 8th, he's done what he needs to do to get ahead of UK Ball, who will for sure try to help his teammate out. Ahmed Silla is not going to defend this. Tom Leon goes down the inside to get him and gets Blade the Dragon Sonic, and this is very big for the title. He's gained a lot of places on the start, and I think it's 3 places now. Perfect getaway for Tom Leon in the arrows, but he gets re-overtaken by that Toyota, who's not going to give this place up very easily. Castro pulling out a big gap out in front as around turn 10, Tom Leon going for the outside line. It may cost him a place here. Ahmed Silla's quick, but he's not quick enough down the straight, and he's not going to get ahead. Meanwhile, Nicholas Palomino's still down last. He's not gained anything at all at the start of this race. Thierry Henley fastest in the middle sector. He's caught up to Castro in the Power Motorsport. It's going to be Porsche versus Power Motorsport at the moment. We'll have to see what goes on here, as DRS should be active at the start of the next lap. Meanwhile in LB2, Matt Oliveira and Thomas Mendel not separated by much. Mendel's going to try and go down the inside of Oliveira. He makes contact and picks up a penalty as a result of the collision. Fastest sector 3 going to Palomino, as he's now up at the 9th and he's going to go for 8th and possibly even 7th here on Tom Leon, and it's worked out. This is what Toyota need to try and maintain first in the constructors. At the moment, I don't think it's enough for them, but they are giving it one hell of a go this race. And yeah, it looks like Tom Leon's momentum has slowed down, and he can't be having that. He definitely cannot be having that, especially when he needs to get ahead of Blake Sonic. He needs to finish ahead of him to make sure he has the title today. Meanwhile, David Sakhir, I don't know what he's going to do in this race, because he's nowhere at the moment. He's not got DRS on Versio. Blake Sonic has DRS on Sakhir. Now, is this where the Arrow team plane will come into place? Could well happen. And yes, Meadow does now lead LP2. Oliveira in the WRT moves through up into 11th place overall. First in the class, Meadow going for that switchback in the Freedom Racing. And there we go. P11 is his. And he will be happy. One man who won't be happy right now is Lam Fong. He's releasing on 2nd place, but he's going to lose at Headley, who also goes down the inside, and he's going to go on the inside of Castro to take 1st place in this race. Another crucial swing in the championship, as both Headley and Castro are tied on points heading into this race. So, really, they've got a lot of work to do. As I would like to calculate his points for the first race. So yes, 6th place would get 12 points. The leader gets 37.5. And because of that gap, Castro and Headley have the Blade Sonic. As it stands, Headley would win this championship, I'm sure. Looking at this gap, it looks like Headley would get it. So, Castro and Headley, they are currently battling for a title deciding position. Okay, this has just changed everything. The Porsche, Thierry Henley, has got 2 podiums this season. The win in Malaysia, the podium at Monaco. Castro, he got a win in the first race of the season. He's got a podium in Malaysia. He takes the lead. Both of these guys on 2 podiums at the moment. And they are absolutely dueling in the desert. Into the pits comes Sakhir and Versio. Sakhir in for a fresh set of hard tyres. Versio in for a set of softs. And speaking of softs, they are falling off now. So the drivers will have to be extra cautious. Versio and Castro coming out right behind LB2s, and this is very bad for them. So Versio and Sakhir, I need to get it right, sorry. Now Versio's title fight, he's got to clear these LB2s ASAP. He's 17.5 points behind in the standings, and he sends it on Malaga Links and Zach Scarinetto very aggressively. He's done what he needs to do. Sakhir on the hards, struggling now, but to be honest, he is a bit of a burden in this race for many of these drivers because, well, Hypercar, they're all battling for the title except Sakhir. This is going to be one of the best title decides I've seen in F1 Classic, F1 and WEC combined. I can tell you that. 9 drivers, 1 championship, 1 winner. That's how it runs right now. As Toretto going for the move on back to Oliveira. Back up into the lead of LB2. Beautiful move there. Castro coming in the pits. Same time as Headley. They are soft tyres going on. But what's going to happen with Headley? He's moving on to mediums. Is he out ahead of Headley? I mean Castro. No! Castro just squeezed ahead. But both of them have slowed down massively. And this is bad news for them. First Theo's going to look to try and get by. He's stuck in between all these cars. As out of it comes Castro. He's just forced his way in there. He's now 11th overall. He's got Maffin and Bentley to try and clear the United Autosports and the Freedom Racing. He's going to clear Chris Bentley with ease. But what about Sahal Mafford in the United Autosports McLaren branded LMP2? Well, let's just see what he can do as he's going to look to the outside line. Magno Oliveira also in there. Versio's continuing to pull away. And this is very bad for Castro. Headley's also suffering some of his own damage as well due to all this chaos. He's going to get round Sahal Mafford easily. Castro is going to move up ahead of Oliveira. The damage has been done there. Versio taking that one lap earlier has allowed him to just take that position, which should be the lead of the race and the championship lead by the time everyone pits. So this race, it just couldn't get as more chaotic than what it already is. I'm loving it as Fogg's been held up, massively held up there for the Alpine, who needs an absolute miracle to win this championship. He's practically out the fight, but he is mathematically in there. He just needs a lot of DNFs to occur. As out the pits comes Lam Fong. He's now in 10th. Tom Leon, they're in 9th. Now he's going to have to try and clear some of them LMP2s. Bentley will try and get ahead of Mafford into this next corner. The two are very close to each other. It's Bentley on Mafford, Freedom Racing on United Autosports. As United Autosports, an Anglo-American team. Freedom Racing, as you can tell by the name, American team. It's just I don't know how to describe this race. Oh, jeez, Tom Leon getting through with an excellent move there. Gonna love it. That was simply lovely. That Ahmed Silla in 11th place, going down the inside of Lam Fong to take 10th position. Perfect move there from him. Round the outside of turn 12 to try and secure it. As there he gets Chris Bentley. Sahal Mafford once again being the roadblock that is costing these guys time. Lam Fong's going to get by with ease. UK Ball on Blade of Dragon Sonic, and he takes the lead of the race. DRS as well, so that's just going to be more damage to him. Blade of Dragon Sonic though, using his battery. He's trying his best. He sends it on the inside. He's not giving his F1 teammate any room here to work with. And it's an aggressive move, but it's still clean nonetheless. UK Ball's got to try for the outside, and his best opportunity for this will be into turn 11, without a doubt. But he's going to have a little look at turn 10, going around the outside, and it's going to be DRS for him, but he's got a worse line. That's not what he needed, as the Nigerian's trying to pull away, but now he's pulling it back, but not quick enough. Meanwhile, behind, Darren Castro, UK Ball's teammate, is closing and closing as the laps go on. And there we go, UK Ball now leading there into turn 13. He got the move done round at turn 12. But if they keep fighting this much, Castro's going to catch up even quicker. It's clear that they want to do one stop less than Castro. Here is Blade Sonic down the inside. These two still side by side, both of them coming in at the same time. Now here we go, a pit lane battle. Another part of a race that many drivers like. You can see there UK Ball getting his tyres on, Blade Sonic also getting his tyres on. And it looks like they just came out in sync. So no big battle for the pits there. But still, nonetheless, it does look like Blade Sonic got a better stop, as he's slightly more ahead than he was before. Now LMP2 is going to get in the way there. Sahal Mafford behind Blade Sonic, but he's ahead of UK Ball, who's got to try and get ahead of him. As virtual safety car! And Davey Headley is out of this race. I don't know what's happened there, but it looks like an engine failure. He's out. Not only is he out of this race, he's out of championship contention. There we go. Big blow. And that is extremely bad for the UK Ball Blade Sonic, who have just pit as well. Of course, they wouldn't have been able to put on the virtual safety car because it is now ending. But still, they probably would have rather that happened a little earlier. Out of that, look at that restart Castro's gotten. It has been a flawless restart. In fact, he's getting like 1 or 2 seconds after restart. Perfect getaway for him. As Versio's overtaken by Tom Leon, who moves up into second. And with that move, Tom Leon, as it stands, would be the champion of WEC in 2021 for Hypercar. And we've got a big pack, all bunched up together, all in a fight for second position. The 2 Alpines, 4th and 5th. And 4th has got to try and get ahead of David Sakhir, who will possibly try to defend his place. Unless he's going to go for the attack on Tom Leon. He's going to try and betray him here in the final race of the season. Well, Lam Fong going down the inside. There's nothing that could have been done there. Fong is now in second place. And that there is a good move for him. But it's a move that would still make Tom Leon champion, as he's now up into second place. Once again, David Sakhir is holding Silla up, and that is perfect for him. Blake Johnson now starting to make catch up. UK Ball has massively been impacted by Sahal Mafford. I'm sure you will not be happy on the radio to his team about that. Versio has got some ground to make up. He's made a pit stop, and he's going to have to go down the inside here of Sophia Mutter to take 13th place. And now there we go, Vinayak is overtaken as well. He's carving his way through these LV2s like a knife through butter, specifically a hot knife, as I messed up the saying. Chris Bentley on the outside, Versio on the inside. He's now up in the top 10, and he's got DRS, which is going to make Mafford an easy target for him, as he's pulled over to the inside line. No, he hasn't. Now he has, and doing that into turn 11 gives him 9th place. He is rapid right now. Lam Fong leads this race. Castro in for another set of softs. He's on a 2-stop. That is, sorry, a 3-stop. That is a big gamble here at Bahrain, but I guess it's worth a shot. As Ahmed Seller, the now sole Porsche left in this race. He's getting closer and closer to Blade Sonic, who would still not win this championship as it stands because of the points. Even if it was regular points, it would still be enough for Tom Leon to win this. Lam Fong, he's leading. I don't know how long he can hold this lead for. I don't think it's going to be that long. Blade Sonic going to go around the outside. If he gets ahead of Tom Leon, he would be in position to win this championship. And is he going to go for the move? Well, he can't because he's not quick enough. Tom Leon's faster on the straight. He maintains his place of second. Blade Sonic still in third. And he's going to have a look into turn 12 for this one. It's Arrows versus Toyota at the moment. And this here is for the World Championship. Tom Leon still defending. Blade Sonic's got more speed at the exit at turn 13. And heading into 14 and 15. Blade Dragon Sonic is up into second and will win the Drivers' Championship as it stands. Tom Leon bails into the pits, unsurprisingly, as well as Ahmed Silla. So it's going to be mediums on for Ahmed Silla, softs on for Tom Leon. So both of them are going to come out the pits. But yeah, it's been a great season at the moment. Castro there, up into 6th actually. Jeez, he's had a mega undercut. Versio's also had a bit of an undercut. However, Castro is just nowhere to be seen. He is in a race of his own. A league of his own, in fact. In fact, he might actually be in hypercar. It's more hyper than the hypercars, let's just say. So that's carried out into the pits, because we're not focused on LP too much. In fact, I don't really know who will be the champion as it stands, but the big focus is on the hypercar. It's always going to be the main class of WEC. As Palomino up through the third, David Sakhir down into 4th. So there's not much you can do there to defend on the Toyota. We're on lap 12 right now, lap 13 will be coming soon. And there's still no way to predict who's going to win this race. Castro though has got to do a mega job here to actually get this championship and the win of this race, I think. With his strategy, it's been a questionable one. He's went for the aggressive strategy. He's always had that advantage over everyone else anyways. with the gap he had when he came in the pits. But what will Lam Fong do? His tyres are 6 laps old. Can he get the end of this race? Like, the tyres are on 65%. Yeah, 65. So they're going to start to get worn. But with the amount of laps left, it's impossible for him to go at the end and still have a net gain. Can he possibly do that? And how many places in the championship would it accelerate him up by? I don't know, but it's worth a shot. Over Tom Leon, he's not going to let Versio keep P7. He's got a championship to win. He's going to go for that championship. And if he wants to do that, he's going to go for a daring move. And he's going for that on the outside to the inside. He's going to switch back to the outside around turn 8. And Tom Leon's still down a place. And is he going to get through this time? Yep, into turn 9, through turn 10. Tom Leon up into 7th. It's an excellent move for him. As UK Ball lets Castro buy all fees. So Power Motorsports swapping their drivers around. Yeah, UK Ball, if he was actually on a better strategy, maybe he would be in contention to win this race. Who knows? He could still be if Castro needs to pit again. And he comes in at the end of this lap. Because tires on 25%, they're cooked. And yeah, with him and Castro only being separated by 1 point, UK Ball is still in this fight. He comes in the pits and he comes on for mediums. Blade Round Strike though, he's leaving his pit box on the softs, and that is the crucial thing to remember. Blade Round Sonic is at the UK Ball, so this is good for BDS and stands. He's going to come out the pits in a solid 8th position. He's not lost anything there. Castro getting closer and closer to Davey Cerqueira, Nicholas Valerio, Lam Fong. It is a fact his tyres won't get the end. So this strategy could be the thing that costs him this championship. He's 6th place in the standings at the moment, and as it stands, he's probably looking to lose this thing. I don't know who would win mathematically at the moment, but nonetheless, what I can say for sure, Castro has got to pull out one hell of an ending to the race to get this Drivers' Championship. Blade Sonic already on good pace at the moment. As you can see, he is flying. His tyres are not going to last forever. Like, there's 5 laps to the end. That's pretty much the maximum these tyres can get. UK Ball on the mediums. He's going to start to make gains on Blade Sonic in the final few laps of this race. Palomino takes the first place in the Grand Prix as Lam Fong is into the pits for the 2nd time today. Moving on to mediums. Castro's in, moving on to mediums. Cerqueira's in, moving on to softs. And will Cerqueira hold up Castro? Yes, he will. And that aggressive move is very good for Tom Leon, who will have a chance here. He still has a chance to come in the pits at the end of this lap and have a solid position. But trust me, Toyota are going to be wondering what to do. They've got to pit him. I'm going to say that. They're going to have to do that. Armin Silla on Versio, down the inside, and he's up in the 3rd. That's good for him. Don't discount him out the Southside still. If something bad happens to Tom Leon's strategy and Silla gets down to the end, then he could try and get the championship out of nowhere. Of course, a winless champion this season is still possible. Hell, a podiumless champion, I think, is also possible mathematically. Yes, it is actually. If Versio finishes 4th and driving behind him have really bad luck, Versio could become champion by 0.5 points without a podium. That would be absolutely legendary, but I doubt that would happen. Versio's on good pace at the moment. Lam Fong on better pace. He's on fresh tyres, and he's got Versio right in his sight. He's going to try his best to get ahead. Well, no effort needed. I'll be calling Versio for the medium tyre. In comes Tom Leon as well for the soft. As Blade Sonic is still out in front. Well, and he takes 3rd. He's up into 3rd. Well, I just said that already, my bad. He could even try and go for Ahmed Silla later on, but not right now. Toyota will stay behind that Porsche. Lap 16 out of 19, 4 laps to go. Nicholas Palomino in a good place right now, but not a good place for the championship. Of course, there's a 15-point gap between first and third in terms of points scored. Palomino currently 24 back on his teammate, and stands he will not win this championship. He needs Blazer Sonic to get some pretty bad luck in this race, and there we go. Lam Fong is up into third. He's going to go for second here. He doesn't care how far back he is. He's fighting this one to the end. And yeah, I can only imagine he's going to gain multiple places in the championship by the time this race ends. Blazer Sonic going for the move on Ahmed Silla up into third. Silla's went from second to fourth in the stage of lap 16. And here we go, the battle for second. And soon first is well and truly on. 3 more laps of racing to get in the checkered flag. Silla's come in for mediums. His tyres very clearly are gone. UK Ball in 4th position at the moment. Can he try and get the end of this race? Or will he have to give up? David Castro certainly can get the end of this race. Palomino's tyres are done though. His tyres are gone. Lam Fong's going to pull over to the inside. Palomino's done a good job of defending. He went for a little aggressive defence there. It hasn't worked out for him. And Lam Fong is through up in the first place. That shouldn't be a big worry for Blade Jack Sonic, to be honest. Blade Jack Sonic, he'd be worried about a crash, a penalty, something like that. As he's getting closer and closer, Palomino lets him by, as expected, down at Toyota. Castro and UK Ball are quick. However, Sakhir is going to have to try and get ahead of UK Ball right now. DRS active, ERS active. He sends it on the Britain to take 4th place. And Lam Fong is walking away with this win now. BDS tyres have fell off. They are absolutely gone. Will he even be able to get the end of this race on them? Will he have to just give it up? Give the title chance up pit? Well, no, he's not. Obviously, he's not going to do that. He's been on the tyres now 4 laps. It's going to be 6 by the time this race ends. In which case, his tyres will be completely gone. They'll have no more pace left in them. Someone who does have pace in this tyre still is UK Ball. He's got a lot of pace. Can he use it to get ahead of Sakhir? Well, he's going to have to try his best, but Sakhir's tyres, they're also alright, but they are going to very much fall off later on. Palomino, he has went for the gamble of staying out, and he is losing way too much time. And as a result, he's holding up David Sakhir. He's going to have to try and go on Palomino and make a move, but he can't get ahead yet. It's good defence. Palomino failed to shut the door there, and through goes the arrows, up into 3rd place. Incredible stuff for David Sakhir. He's now up into the podium places. He's not got a single podium this season. This could be a race where he breaks that curse. Well, if he wants to break that curse, this is definitely the time to do it, the season finale. Of course, LMP2, they've just been having their own races, you know? Looks like there's been some pretty good battles actually happening that we not saw, as Demendo was trying to get ahead of Zach Scary Neto, who's looking to be the champion. Demendo down the inside, up into 12th position. And that is 3rd in the class, don't you forget, as Lam Fong leading onto the final lap of this race. Palomino still staying out on that awful tyre. Blade Jack Sonic's tyre zone, what about them? I can't see the percentage, but it's very bad, I can tell you that. Look at them, 22%. This is when a puncture can happen at any time. I think now the championship has pretty much been decided. Strategy ruined it for Tom Leon. Strategy ruined it for Castro. Castro is going to try and get him into 5th, but the damage has already been done. And here we are in the final race. There are some last minute moves being made. Palomino trying his best to defend because Toyota have got the constructors to try and get right here. As Castro goes down the inside of Palomino to take 5th. Tom Leon's going to repeat the same. And he's going to also get up into 6th there. 5th is a still possibility. But here we go. Lam Fong, what a race he's had. He's locked in the final part of the season. It may have been too early. But, it may have been too late. But nonetheless, he's showing he's not done yet. It won't be the championship this season. But he does win the 35% of Sakhir. Well done, Lam Fong. You're a race winner again. And Blade the Dragon Sonic is champion of the world without a single win, repeating what Fong done back in 2019. UK Ball and Castro get 4th, 5th. Solid result for Power Motorsport. As there we go. They're done there. I think it might be Sakhir champion. I can't quite remember. But in the constructors, it is safe to say it. Toyota have secured it. They've got the Drivers' Championship. They've got the constructors. And they've done it when it mattered most. And it is an absolutely well-deserved result there from Toyota. They've put in the effort this season, and it's paid off. As around the final corner, the LMP2 grid finishes everything off there. And I can certainly say, with LMP2, it wasn't as competitive this season, to be honest, which came at a massive surprise for me. But nonetheless, it was still a good fight to the end. And looking at this championship, it looks like Sophia Muir is your champion. She's managed to take the championship now in that final race, as Helmhoff's got a full car puncture. His tyres couldn't last any longer at all. He's going to cross the line dead last. But yeah, props to them. And Vmore will be your champions as well, I think. So there we go, the championship has been decided in the final race. Lam Phong is your World Drivers' Champion for Alpine Hypercar in the Hypercar class, obviously. It's been an incredible season for him, really. Well, an incredible final half. The top half of the season wasn't so good, but the bottom half, really good. Blade Dragon Sonic, second, no wins this season, no wins in WEC. But he's still the brand new champion of the world. Davy Sakhir put in a valiant effort. Incredible race for him. Not even in the championship fight, but he still pulls through for an incredible result. And he will be happy with that 3rd place, I'm sure. But of course, disappointing for Tom Leon and David Castro. They looked like they were going to be battling all race for this championship. But it just didn't go. It just didn't go as planned in the end. Blade Dragon Sonic, of course, in the pit stops, he had gained so much on UK Ball because UK Ball was massively held up by LMP2 cars, and as a result, Blade Dragon Sonic just pulled away. And with that, it's been a lengthy conversation after this. Let's listen to the Vietnamese national anthem. Blade Dragon Sonic, a new champion of the world, with the podium for hypercars from BDS and Davy Sakhir. UK Ball missed out on the podium with 4th position. There was David Castro in 5th, who had the better pace. Let's be honest, he was one of the quickest drivers today. Lam Phong also in that list, maybe he was the quickest, just unseen. We've got Tom Leon, Nicholas Palomino, Armacilla and Versio. Then for LMP2, Sophia Muir, new champion in 10th position overall. We've got Vinayak Benedetto, Khan, Bentley, Neto, who just missed out in the final race. Crumbly, Oliveira, Lynx, Mafford, and of course, Headley and Hypercar had retired earlier on from the engine failure. So, what a final race we had. 9 Hypercar drivers out of 10 were in contention. Blade Dragon Sonic kept his championship lead, becoming the champion. Toyota, they scored enough points to keep their championship lead as well. So Toyota coming in this race with the double. So that is it for this race and for the season. I can't wait to see you in the next season in 2022 when the multi-class WEC returns.